Good morning. I'm Jim Morton, President of Cape Fear Community College, and it's my honor to welcome you to the 2022 Cape Fear Community College Commencement Ceremony. Let's give these graduates a round of applause. Now, you may have noticed that our stage party is not wearing the traditional commencement regalia today. Unfortunately, the supply chain issues related to COVID strikes again, and we're unable to get the robes. So graduates, it allows you to stand out more, and by the way, you look great. Now everyone, please stand as you're able and remain standing. It is my honor to welcome the Heidi Trask High School ROTC under the direction of Sergeant First Class Keelis to present the colors and Cape Fear Community College student Ms. Michaela Mann, who will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Michaela, thank you. That was wonderful. I would also like to thank this morning's Grand Marshal, who led the faculty processional and carried the academic mace, Dr. Rox, also known as Phil Gardwood, geology instructor. Joining us on stage today, Mr. John Downing, Vice President of Economic and Workforce Development, Dr. Jason Chafin, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Ms. Brenda Terry, Vice President of Student Services, and Dr. Eric Brandon, President of the CFCC Faculty Association. It is now my pleasure to introduce Cape Fear Community College trustee, Mr. Jonathan Barfield, who will deliver this morning's invocation.
Please bow your heads with me. O Lord our God, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Your word reminds us that you're the giver of every good and perfect gift, including the gift of education. We thank you for the men and women that are here today that are graduating from Cape Fear Community College. We thank you for the leadership of this great school, president, board of trustees, faculty, and staff. We thank you for the honor to see these young men and women graduate today, and we pray that you would give them wisdom and knowledge beyond the years so they can take what they've learned here into our world and do great and astounding things. We give you honor, praise, and glory. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Mr. Barfield, thank you very much. Now, I would like to introduce President of the Cape Fear Community College Government Association, Miguel Nadal, who will be given this morning's student charge.
Greetings, fellow students, family, and friends, faculty and staff, distinguished guests, and administrators. The graduates gathered with me here today have been successful thanks to the support of our friends and families because we were determined to achieve our goals. Some of you have always known you'd go to college. Some of you are the first in your family to graduate. After today, some of you will go on to further your education, and others will start their careers. Whatever your reason for coming to CFCC today is our celebration. You've done it, this is your moment, and no one can take it away from you. Congratulations. I want to thank the faculty and staff, I want to thank the faculty and staff members and the support staff who helped us get here today. I have had the opportunity to work with many of the fantastic instructors at Cape Fear Community College who work diligently to help their students succeed. To our teachers, thank you. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say you have been a tremendous help. There were times when we felt like we would give up, but thanks to the support of our instructors, college staff, classmates, friends, and family, we made it. We are all grateful for the help we received while studying at Cape Fear Community College. Every person in this room has been burdened by the pandemic. The individuals in front of me today are the most resilient group of students likely to have ever attended Cape Fear Community College. Today's graduates have all had challenges and struggles, yet they rose above those struggles and persevered. Has any other graduating class had to endure this much as this year's graduates? Please give yourself a round of applause. Students, if you can do this, you can do anything. Nelson Mandela once said, "It is our obligation to shine." Class of 2022, you have an obligation to shine. May you continue to persevere and adapt to the changing demands of our time, but most importantly, continue to shine and work towards your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. It is now my honor to introduce the chair of the Cape Fear Community College Board of Trustees, Mr. Bill Cherry.
Thank you, Mr. Morton. Welcome to the Cape Fear Community College and the Wilson Center. I want to recognize my fellow trustees joining us here today. We have Mr. Bruce Shell, Vice Chair, Dolores Rhodes, Jonathan Barfield, and Miguel Nagel. I'd also like to welcome some individuals whose support of Cape Fear Community College is so important. On my right, in the opera box, Stephen Hill, Superintendent, Pender County Schools. And on the left, Margaret Weller Sturgis, Cape Fear Community College Foundation. If you would give them a hand for being here. And I thank them for being here today. As a trustee, nothing is more rewarding than seeing Cape Fear Community College students walk across the stage and into the next chapter of their lives. Whether you are starting a new career or continuing your education, we are pleased that Cape Fear Community College has been part of your educational journey. You may not see us on campus every day, but behind the scenes, Cape Fear Community College Board of Trustees is working tirelessly to ensure that you have a fulfilling experience at Cape Fear Community College and that the college continues to grow and thrive. On behalf of the Cape Fear Community College trustees, I want to congratulate each and every one of you and wish you continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cherry. I'm sure all the graduates gathered here today would agree Cape Fear Community College has an amazing, talented team of faculty and staff. Please join me in recognizing all the incredible faculty and staff who have played a role in helping our graduates get here today. So graduates, how are you feeling? Come on, let's hear you. There you go. You're here, you did it. We're all here today to recognize your achievements, your dedication, your success. Congratulations. I want to thank you for choosing Cape Fear Community College. Of course, I might be a little biased, but I think you made a great choice. Every graduate here today chose CFCC for a different reason. Maybe you wanted to complete 2 years here and then transfer. Or maybe you went to college years ago and came back to CFCC to train for a new career. Perhaps you want to inspire your own children to pursue their dreams. Whatever your reason, we're so glad you selected CFCC to be part of your journey. Cape Fear Community College strives each day to align students' passions with the needs of our community. This college exists to help and make your dreams a reality. What an honor it has been to have you here. Your journey has not been easy. Being in college while the whole world was gripped by a pandemic was not what you had planned. But because of that struggle, you've learned valuable skills that will contribute to your success going forward. You've learned to focus, to roll with the punches, and to push yourselves to achieve your goals, no matter what. Focus is an important factor in success. Motivational author Napoleon Hill once said, "Focus on the possibilities for success, not on the potential for failure." Maintaining focus is always a challenge, and over the past few years, I'm sure it has been even more difficult. But you didn't lose focus on your goal. When you cross the stage and become a graduate, remember that determination and how it led you here today. You know firsthand that success doesn't come without hard work. Legendary NFL coach Vince Lombardi said it best: the dictionary is the only place that success comes before work. You have not been fooled into believing that someone became successful by accident or sheer luck. You're here because you set a goal and you worked day by day to achieve it. Focus and hard work can seem a little easier when you're doing what you love. Passion is a great motivator. Try to do something you love to do, and you will do it well. I hope that whatever you find yourself doing next, it will be something that you love. As you move forward in the next chapter of your life, whether you're continuing your education or beginning a new career, know that you have the right tools for success already. Your focus, hard work, and passion are a powerful combination. We cannot wait to see what you do next. Congratulations, class of 2022. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce Mrs. Laura Wilson, today's keynote speaker. The Wilson family owned and operated grocery stores in North Carolina and South Carolina for years. They had a successful business built on community. Mrs. Wilson served as a store spokesperson. Many local high school students stepped into the working world by landing their first jobs at the Wilson supermarkets. The Wilson family has supported a number of causes throughout the region, and education continues to hold a special place in the family's heart. They're establishing a Dallas Scholarship for students at Cape Fear Community College, and then took a further step to support Cape Fear by attaching their name to the state-of-the-art classroom and performing arts facility at CFCC, now known as the Alan and Laura Wilson Humanities and Fine Arts Center, today the Wilson Center. It is home to local, regional, and national performing arts productions and our beautiful commencement ceremonies. Mrs. Wilson has been involved in the community for years and has served on various boards and committees, including the State Ports Board, Family Promise of the Lower Cape Fear, and the Hospice Foundation Board. She is a member of the Women's Club and the DAR. Mrs. Wilson is also an active member of Winter Park Baptist Church, where she teaches Sunday school. Please welcome Ms. Laura Wilson.
Wow, what a beautiful sight to see so many young people ready to graduate. You are our future, and I think it's in good hands. What an honor it is for such an ordinary woman such as I to stand before such an astute group of graduates and congratulate you one last time before you receive your diplomas. You have completed another chapter of your lives, and you are standing on the threshold for the next chapter and the rest of your lives. I stood once in your shoes, a young woman, proud of her accomplishments, a little frightened, a little apprehensive, and yet eagerly looking forward to what my future might hold. I have been blessed with a long and joyful life, and today I would like to share with you some lessons learned and some observations made during my lifetime. Before we begin, I'd like a favor. Please stand, graduates, and extend your right arm with your hand up. Reach around to your left shoulder. Pat yourself on the back for a job well done. And now, I'd like you to turn around and face the audience. And on a count of 3, I'd like to hear a very sincere thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. These are the people who have loved you, who've cared for you, who've encouraged you, and sometimes even placed a hand to your back and given you a little shove to get you where you are today. A sincere thank you and respect are due. As you return to your seats, you can turn around and be seated, please. I remind you that you are loved. Your Creator loves you just as you are. You are unique. There is not another human being on this continent exactly like you. Even identical twins have different fingerprints. We need each other. When you were born, someone had to bathe you, clothe you, feed you, even pick you up and carry you wherever you needed to be. So when you see someone needing a hand, lend them one of yours, because you never know when you will be the one needing help. I'd encourage you to know the person who looks back at you when you stand before your mirror. In today's society, too many people spend so much time trying to be someone they're not that they lose sight in the process of who they really are. A comedian once said it best: be what you is, because if you is what you ain't, then you ain't what you is. Don't waste your time telling others how smart, how successful, or how great you are. Let them decide for themselves by your words and your deeds whether or not they wish to seek a further relationship with you. Humility is a true virtue. And that brings me to words. Words are powerful. They can build up or tear down. They can encourage or destroy. But once spoken, they can never be recalled. We must learn to think before we speak. I've prayed many a time, oh Lord, please make my words sweet and gentle today, because tomorrow I might have to eat them. Remember to think before you speak. Think, is it true? H, will it help? I, is it inspirational? N, is it necessary? And K, is it kind? Communication is the key to all relationships. We each have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Perhaps that suggests that we listen twice as much as we speak. Be it business or friendships, we'll find ourselves in less hot water when we learn to respectfully hear what the other person is saying, and then each express our opinions and together build business and friendships. Always speak the truth. If you speak truth, you will never have to remember what you've said. Other people will know they can depend on you. And so I urge you to be as true and as good as your word. We have two ends with a common link. On one we sit, with one we think. Success depends on which we choose. Heads we win, and tails we lose. Isn't it interesting how we tend to own our successes and instinctively manage to place blame on someone else or something else for our failures? I urge you, encourage you to own your lives, own your dreams, own your successes, and your failures. Keep your dreams, relish your successes, analyze your failures, learn from them, and then move on. Plan your work, work your plan, and never give up. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he had tried. So he buckled right in with a bit of a grin, and the first thing you knew, he had begun it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Carl Sandburg once wrote, "Life is like an onion. We peel it off one layer at a time, and sometimes we weep. In your lives, there will be times that try your very souls. I pray that when those times come, that you will remember to stay the course, keep the faith, reach out, letting others help, together turning your challenges into victories. Friendship doubles the joys and halves the sorrows. You have influence. You will leave your mark on this earth when you leave it. Whether it will be good or bad, the choice is yours. We each tell our story by the way we live our lives. Circumstances of your birth do not define your story. Consider John F. Kennedy, born into wealth and privilege, who, with his words in his inaugural address, asked not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Inspired a nation to stand a little taller with renewed pride in its abilities. Mother Teresa, a little 5-foot nun who took a vow of poverty as a teenager, spending a long life of service to the poor, the homeless, and the sick. She died as a pauper, but inspiring millions to follow her lead, caring for others more than for themselves. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who with his "I Have a Dream" speech energized a nation to seek changes, providing equality and justice for all. George Washington Carver, born in the late 1800s to a slave mother. The infant, his sister, and their mother were kidnapped by slave traders. The Carver family hired someone to find them and return them. The mother and sister had been sold into slavery in another state, and only the infant George was found and returned. He and his brother were raised by the Carvers, who taught them to read and write, raising them as their own children. Through a series of good fortunes, George became an agricultural scientist. He asked the Lord for the ability to learn all he could from the lowly peanut, discovering more than 300 products, choosing not to patent even one of those. His reasoning, if the ability was freely given to him, he felt compelled to share freely with those around him. No, peanut butter was not one of the products. Remember to share with others who are less fortunate than you. I have decided, living many years, that success in life is not always measured in terms of degrees behind your name or of dollars in a bank. We need to learn all we can, as long as we can, and we must work in order to be able to support our lives. I think one day, as you look back years from now, you may agree with me that success in life is being content. If you can't be content with what you have, how could you be happier with more? Success is in having family, friends, a faith to live by, and someone to love and be loved in return. Be thankful that the best things in life are still free. When you see the beauty of a sunset, be thankful for eyesight. When you hear a singing bird, be thankful for hearing. When you smell Mother Earth after a rain in springtime, be thankful for the sense of smell. When you enjoy your favorite dessert, thanks for a sense of taste. And when you hold the hand of someone you love, be thankful for the gift of touch. There are 1,440 minutes in each day. How will you spend your day? I share a reading with you that has helped me decide how I spend mine. It's called A New Day, written by Dr. Hartzell Wilson. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I please. I can waste it or use it for good. But what I do today is important, for I'm exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something I have traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good and not evil, success and not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price that I have paid for it. Now, go, live, laugh, love, work hard, and strive to leave this world a little bit better place because you have walked through it. Thank you.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Drilson. Thank you. What a privilege for us all to hear you speak today in a beautiful theater named for your family. Thank you for being here with us today. There you go. I would now like to welcome Vice President of Student Services, Sabrina Terry, to the podium. The other way.
Thank you, President Morton. It is my pleasure this morning to recognize the President's Award recipients for the class of 2022. These graduates have accomplished a remarkable academic goal. They have all obtained a 4.0 cumulative grade point average during their time at Cape Fear Community College. Graduates, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Jerry N. Beatty. Mary Alice Brinkley. Matea K. Chapp. Sarah W. Davidson. Madeline R. Dye. Adriana Gomez. Amanda Elizabeth Hammers. Carson E. Hamrick. Lydia Huggins. Braden J. Humphrey. Isabella M. Kate. Zachary James Oakes. Reagan A. Parker. Anna E. Stephanie Paz. Kyle J. Regard. Emily F. Rainey. Seth Savage. Adrian O. Shields. Kinsey L. Tart. And Michael E. Wooldridge. Let's give them all a round of applause.
Now we've come to the focal point of today's ceremony, the awarding of the credentials. Ms. Lucinda McNamara, Chair of the Humanities Department, will be announcing our graduates with the assistance of Ms. Jessica Gaffney, Chair of Arts and Humanities Theater. Graduates, please prepare to receive your degrees, diplomas, and certificates. But are you ready yet? Are you sure? You want to take one more test? All righty. Let's go.
You ready? Samuel J. Thuman, Associate in Science. John W. Say, Associate in Arts. Jessica R. Lee, Associate in Science. Breck Harrison Bryan, Associate in Arts. Justin L. Dallas, Associate in Science. Madeline R. Dye, Associate in Arts. Madeline Josephine Pierpont, Associate in Arts. Caitlin L. Prince, Associate in Fine Arts and Visual Arts. Mercedes Wooten, Associate in Arts. Adrian O. Shields, Associate in Arts. Jada A. Miller, Associate in Arts. Jana Marie Jones, Associate in Arts. Jackson G. Daly, Associate in Arts. Matthew P. Schnebelin, Associate in Science. David C. Hollick, Associate in Science. Shali Eden Mathis, Associate in Arts. Mia Elizabeth Kerbo, Associate in Arts. Atsiri Yarosel Villasana, Associate in Science. Haley Marie Kramer, Associate in Arts and Associate in General Education. Kyle J. Regard, Associate in Arts. Riley Charlotte Pedersen, Associate in Arts. Samantha L. Markham, Associate in Arts. Blake T. Morton, Associate in Arts. Peyton D. Price, Associate in Arts. Alana Margaret Tomlinson, Associate in Science. Emily F. Renee, Associate in Science. Kenzie L. Tart, Associate in Arts. Raphael Albana Lim, Jr., Associate in Arts. Allison Gregory, Associate in Arts. Natalie Dare Jernigan, Associate in Arts. Naomi N. Pagis, Associate in Arts. Rylan G. Penley, Associate in Science. Landon G. Brock, Associate in Science. Henry Marshall Hudson Smith, Associate in Arts. Madison Germain, Associate in Arts. Alyssa Ray Coley, Associate in Arts. Owen Morgan, Associate in Arts. Noel Ruiz Santiago, Associate in Arts. Anderson B. Tucker, Associate in Arts. Christopher S. Howard, Associate in Science. Jackson S. Anderson, Associate in Arts. Mackenzie Alexis Wallace, Associate in Science. Noah W. Presley, Associate in Arts. Vincent Dwayne Jackson, Associate in Fine Arts and Music. Michael E. Wooldridge, Associate in Engineering. Margaret R. East, Associate in Arts. Emma Grace Fullen, Associate in Fine Arts and Theater. Matea K. Chapp, Associate in Arts. Haley A. Halovnia, Associate in Science. Taylor G. Womble, Associate in Arts. Seth Estes Savage, Associate in Arts. Caroline E. Grubbs, Associate in Science. Sophia Grace Hayes, Associates in Engineering. Sean Farrell, Associates in Arts. Carson David Futch, Associate in Science. Cassandra Lee Gilly, Associate in Arts. Ashley Georgette Sanchez, Associate in Arts. Destiny Lily Serrato, Associate in Arts. Mary Alice Brinkley, Associate in Arts. Abriella Claire Johnson, Associate in Arts. Michaela Greco, Associate in Arts. Lisa Renee Ratcliffe, Associate in Arts. Victoria L. Barnett, Associate in Science. Heather N. Thompson, Associate in Science. Erilyn E. Olson, Associate in Fine Arts in Theater. Grace E. Martin, Associate in Arts. Jesse L. Brown, Associate in Arts. Yara Itzel Sanchez Jarkin, Associate in Science. Delaney Francis Moore, Associate in Arts. April Marie Johnson, Associate in Arts. Eli A. Sylvester, Associate in Science. Dylan Marks, Associate in Fine Arts Theater. Amber Lynn Fields, Associate in Science. Alana Sun Christina Martinez, Associate in Science. Haley E. Smith, Associate in Science. David K. Batson, Associate in Arts. Jackson H. Snave, Associate in Arts. Haley Beth Moore, Associate in Arts. Maggie M. West, Associate in Science. Shayna Marie McIntyre, Associate in Science. Dean Tyler Pleva, Associate in Science. Braden J. Humphrey, Associate in Arts. Danielle Rima Rich, Associate in Arts. Jordan K. Reuter, Associate in Arts. Estrella Bianca Numek Segovia, Associate in Arts. Jerry N. Beatty, Associate in Arts. Elizabeth Santiago Sanchez, Associate in Arts. Alicia Louise Wilt, Associate in Arts. Kendall Faircloth, Associate in Science. Zaire Sharifi, Associate in Science. Colton L. Florence, Associate in Arts. Amelia Evans, Associate in Science. Tia M. Long, Associate in Science. Lauren E. Reif, Associate in Science. Anna E. Stephanie Paz, Associate in Science. Melina Mercedes Flores, Associate in Science. Mariela Giselle Funes, Associate in Science. Haley Brown, Associate in Fine Arts. Vanessa B. Middleton, Associate in Arts. Nicholas S. Harth, Associate in Science. Reagan A. Parker, Associate in Arts. Caitlin C. Watson, Associate in Science. Brendan Wash Lewis, Associate in Science. Tiana Renee Smith, Associate in Arts. Jade Rayan Carrick, Associate in Fine Arts and Theater. Bradley M. Naylor, Associate in Arts. Davis Michael Peeler, Associate in Science. DeAndre T. Smith, Associate in Arts. Ryan P. Legier, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science. Jalen D. Baldwin, Associate in Science. Sarah W. Davidson, Associate in Arts. Taylor L. Johnson, Associate in Arts. Gregory Stewart Burge, Associate in Science. Kaylee E. Rowan, Associate in Arts and Associate in Science. Quentin Michael Prue, Associate in Fine Arts in Theater. Kayla M. Godfrey, Associate in Arts. David M. Russo, Associate in Arts. Madeline J. Cribbs, Associate in Arts. Kaylee Nicole Bell, Associate in Science. Lucas R. Nathans, Associate in Arts. Jonathan B. Pierce, Associate in Arts. Claire Richardet, Associate in Arts. Nadiri Brown, Associate in Fine Arts. Rini Hermanon, Associate in Fine Arts and Visual Arts. Abby Nicole Orowitz, Associate in Fine Arts and Visual Arts. Brianna Nicole Vogt, Associate in Fine Arts and Visual Arts. Jared C. Jones, Associate in Science. Christian R. Pons, Associate in Arts. Avery M. Majette, Associate in Science. Devin Joe Rivenbark, Associate in Applied Science. Jessica Nicole Hayes, Associate in Arts. Samantha E. Hall, Associate in Arts. Gracie M. Braden, Associate in Science. Michaela C. McBride, Associate in Science. Abigail M. Trito, Associate in Arts. Heidi N. Allen, Associate in Arts. Victoria E. Hounshell, Associate in Arts. Isabella M. Kite, Associate in Science. Madison Ann Gregory, Associate in Science. Abigail G. Fletcher, Associate in Science. Zachary James Oakes, Associate in Arts. Fernanda Barboza, Associate in Arts. Leah Antoinette Harris, Associate in Science. Carmen A. Fox, Associate in Science. Samaya J. Black, Associate in Science. Anthony L. Inman, Associate in Arts. Jazar M. Fields, Associate in Arts. Tanner Alexander Newbanks, Associate in Arts. Nicole G. H. Baker, Associate in Arts. Patricia Polinsky, Associate in Arts. Amanda Elizabeth Hammers, Associate in Arts. Richard Nuzzo, Associate in Science. Lindsay A. Hayes, Associate in Science. Dawson T. Smith, Associate in Science. Rebecca Hernandez Hernandez, Associate in Arts. Omar Hernandez Hernandez, Associate in Applied Science. Madison C. Morrison, Associate in Science. Christina M. Cook, Associate in Fine Arts. Art. Caitlin N. Geishan, Associate in Science. Wendy H. Geishan, Associate in Science. Matthew D. Thompson, Associate in Arts. Giselle Bautista Remigio, Associate in Science. Trinity Marie Soto, Associate in Arts. Evan M. Samuel, Associate in Arts. Elizabeth Sanchez, Associate in Science. Abigail Nicole Sullivan, Associate in Arts. Julia Natalie Jaquez, Associate in Arts. Alexis Nicole Legge, Associate in Arts. Jakari T. Johnson, Associate in Arts. Paul Jeffrey Jackson III, Associate in Arts. Carson Elise Hamrick, Associate in Arts. Acadia Lauren Gravely, Associate in Arts. Samuel Z. Anderson, Associate in Science. Niamani L. Bagley, Associate in Arts. Caitlin E. Hill, Associate in Fine Arts and Visual Arts. Heather Nicole Monday, Associate in Arts. Katie C. Gibbs, Associate in Arts. Cassandra L. Coffey, Associate in Science. Kalima Davis, Associate in Arts. Sandra A. Bautista Guzman, Associate in Arts. Ashley Renee Vincent, Associate in Arts. Brianna Michelle Canty, Associate in Fine Arts, Music. Adriana Gomez, Associate in Arts. Judah F. Scarlett, Associate in Fine Arts and Music. Trey Jordan Mitchell, Associate in Arts. Bailey Rain Campbell, Associate in Arts. Amanda B. Robinson, Associate in Arts. Michael K. Wilson, Associate in Science. Caroline C. Burton, Associate in Science. Holden T. Rivenbark, Associate in Arts. Haley Elizabeth Baker, Associate in Science. Ashley K. Schaefer, Associate in Science. Janasia N. Fonville, Associate in Arts. Lydia Huggins, Associate in Science. Anna Naomi Rain Parker, Associate in Science. Camille Beauvais, Associate in Arts. Mary K. Wells, Associate in Science. Justin Hazel, Associate in Science. Madison Jordan Wright, Associate in Science. John E. Fragos, Associate in Science. Seti Saleh, Associate in Arts. Jasmine C. Perkins, Associate in Science. Carson M. Lang, Associate in Science. Lakuta J. Kenyon, Associate in Fine Arts and Music. Michael Anthony McKinney, Associate in Arts. Kaylee K. Lambert, Associate in Arts. Sarah Elizabeth Puckett, Associate in Arts. Miguel Nanlaw, Associate in Arts.
So you say you're ready. Graduates, would you please stand? The faculty and staff of Cape Fear Community College have duly certified that the candidates for graduation assembled here have fulfilled all the requirements for graduation as prescribed in the respective programs of study. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the State of North Carolina, the State Board of Community Colleges, and the Board of Trustees of Cape Fear Community Colleges, I hereby convey all rights, privileges, and honors to the graduates of Cape Fear Community College. Graduates, you may now move your tassel from right to left. Graduates, would you please turn and face your family and friends? Honored guests, I present to you the Cape Fear Community College class of 2022. I'm going to let you celebrate a little bit. All right, please be seated. Thank you for attending today's ceremony and helping our graduates celebrate our Cape Fear Community College graduation. For safety reasons, I ask that you please remain seated until all of our graduates have left the stage. Keep your eyes on the screen behind me to see your graduate on the party cam. So graduates, as you exit, there'll be a little party cam, okay, so you can celebrate a little bit in the hallway. All right. This concludes the 2022 Cape Fear Community College Commencement Ceremony. Congratulations.
Let it drop.
What does the first ever Toyota Corolla Cross feel like? Roomier.
Funner.
Oh my. Pack your bags. When everything feels right, that's the first ever Corolla Cross. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm no deck expert, but seeing is believing.
TimberTech presents another deck declaration.
I'm Dave Mills. I'm a high school coach in San Antonio. And when it came time to add a deck, I wanted an alternative to wood that still looked like real wood. TimberTech was easily the best choice. It looked so much like real wood, I did a double take at first. The color, the grain pattern, it's incredible. Plus, it's good for the environment. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but my deck, it's great.
TimberTech. Go against the grain.